TNT. Morning. So the hiding Prime Minister show up yesterday and she make a press conference, man. We go talk. We go decipher through all the bullshit. We gotta talk about all the points that they pong in the chest they do, and there's no. Partner, we getting down to the bread and butter. The important part they try and hide in there and skip over, so we go talk about that. Before that, as I always say, is a blessed day. Today is a blessed day. We're lucky to have it. God give we, and He had to give we, yeah? So take a second out your day, show some gratitude, say your prayers, and give the Lord Father thanks. Give Him thanks. Because, partner, I know it hurting Him with what He's seeing, huh? If it hurting we, He feeling it too, huh? So give Him thanks. And pray for your brothers and sisters. Pray for your brothers and sisters. Alright, let me get into it. Now the hiding PM show up yesterday. I watched the parliamentary meeting. When they when I was talking about the budget thing, I watched Mr. Tanku and your welcome talk. We building this, we do that, we do this, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we fix this, and Mr. Speaker, we do this, and Mr. Speaker, when UNC wins, everybody wins. Promise made, promise kept. Promise made, promise kept. And then when it come down to the real important part, partner, they skip through that fast. You see, all of them politicians do the same thing. All of them. They go give you all the nice things first. And they go flood it. Well, look, I do this for you. We do this, man. We give you this. Look, now you have more of this. You can afford this. You can afford that. Here's an example. Here's a good example. I will give you one. As of today, we're dropping the price of super gas by $1. So premium gas dropping by $1. Okay. What about regular? That drop? Most people are full in the car with super premium. Okay, there we go on. See, that will help with this and that will help with that, and people are worried about the cost of food, and dropping super premium will save the economy $500 million. That's $500 million in your pocket. No, madam, that is not $500 million in my pocket. No, madam. Because I'm going to have to spend that money anyway. And here's why. Because me ain't putting super premium inside my car. That is why. So me is saving one ass. Not 1 cent. Now we talk about the real saving. Let me talk about what all this shall really do. What about diesel, madam? And I said it yesterday. What about diesel? All the ships, all manufacturing, farm equipment, everything run on diesel. It do run on gas. It do run on regular petroleum. Not petrol. Petrol, sorry. But I just wake up. It don't run on regular petrol. It is run on diesel. But you have seen nothing about the price of diesel. So how you bringing down the price of food? Food are changing. The price ain't going down. As a matter of fact, the price will go up. Watch and see. Then she opens her mouth and talk about the wealthy banking systems and corporations, and they need to pay more money. They need to pay more to Trinidad and Tobago for taking advantage of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, how much money paying in taxes? 1/4%. 1/4%. But they will say, that's real money, 1/4%. That equates to this much money. That's plenty money. Them ain't paying that. Them ain't paying that at all. It will have various routes and avenues they could use to avoid paying that. They may pay nothing. So effectively, that is nothing at all. That is bullshit. That ain't happening. Okay. And here's why I say that. Because not long after talking about that, Ms. Ting mentioned investment opportunities for Trinidadians in real estate. Investment in real estate. Okay. For all these different enterprises that's going to be coming to the country, and Trinidadians could invest in real estate and own a piece of these investments. Okay, Ms. Ting, who building it? Who controlling it? Where they building? What they building? They didn't answer that one. But I know, because you let it slip. You let it slip during your press conference when you're there with your new sari and dripping in gold. Gold on your ears, gold on your neck, gold bracelet and all that. Real gold, eh? Real gold, man. Real amount of gold you had there, so. People in Trinidad have 2 cents to see 2 ounce wine, but you have money for gold and thing. All right. And then you say, we're bringing in a large amount of foreign investors. And that is the catch. Foreign investors. Foreign investors. And how I feel all these things add up together is when you see it have plenty Trinidadians that own house and they're renting it out and they're not paying taxes on that. They're going to pay taxes on that. But USA, how much tax them paying? USA, because you see now they are effectively a corporation. So now you're going to charge people that renting the house corporate taxes? Corporate taxes, madam. And you feel that going to bring down the cost of rent? You that stupid? Miss Thing, who going to pay for that? Who going to pay them taxes? The renters. The renters go pay it. Alright, have a straight cat out there. Sorry about that. So you go in and tax Trinidadians while paying corporations, big corporations and investors. And just like I tell all you before, I tell you in a previous video, them want to do a digital ID. This thing come out and say, we're bringing a new digital ID for Trinidad and Tobago, where all of your ID will be on one hand, and your banking and everything will be on one platform. One platform. You know what that gives them the authority to do? To cut off your bank account. To cut off your driver's license. To cut off everything. Cut off your passport. You can't travel. That is what that is for. That is a measure of control where they could cut off whatever they want when they want. And that's exactly what England doing. That's exactly what China was doing for donkey years. I tell all you. That's exactly what England doing now. That is exactly what Canada want to implement there. So that is exactly what America was first fighting. Fighting at that first, huh? We don't want that. Now we can't have that. And now America changed their story and say, no, they want to implement their version of it. They have a better version. Really? Okay. And how I know it will involve banking? Because she say it's going to be in conjunction with a new banking system. New banking system. Everything digital. No losses. You could track everything. No losses. But if that thing is on a computer, nothing computerized, and nothing is digital, it's easier for them to thief. Much easier. Because who writing the program and who controlling the program. It's easier. Long-term investments. And all the long-term investment I'm talking about is real estate. But then Mr. Munilal have a real estate company. Mr. Munilal have a real estate company. And all them had their money tied up there. So. But when UNC win, everybody win. She just went on TV, this one tell all you in all kind of nice way, and she sweet talk all you, and partner she smiling and cheering and telling all you how she mouth she thieving. They gonna thief. Real money. And you want to boost about a 3,000 barrel a day increase? Madam, that is nothing. 3,000 barrel, I drop in the blasted bucket. That is nothing. But you boasting. You boasting, man. Boasting. We increased by 3,000 barrels. That is nothing. And then you turn around and talk. We find over 1 trillion liters reserve oil. Over 1 trillion. And who controlling that oil? ExxonMobil. And Trinidad going to get a 3.5%. 3.5. Why you didn't open your mouth and tell them how much percent Trinidad gained out of the ExxonMobil deal? They didn't say at all, madam. All the talk, we find over 1 trillion barrels. Over 1 trillion barrels of oil we find. A reserve with over 1 trillion barrels of oil. One of the largest reserves in the world. And who controlling it? ExxonMobil, Mr. ExxonMobil, not Trinidad and Tobago, the United States of America. And why all of a sudden you push for this digitalization of Trinidad and Tobago, and new digital ID, and new this and new that? Why? Because it's easier. All them had to do is put their finger on a computer, and now you're American, you ain't a Trinidadian no more. And now the United States could track you anywhere you go. They could track you in your own country. And where that ID going to be? Is that going to be an actual physical form of identification? Or is it going to be on your cell phone? USA, madam, you didn't say. And when they ask you how you're going to pay for all of this with that $60+ billion budget, which all you refused to open your mouth and say, or they didn't want to see how much money all you were spending. All you sit down there and do is talk about paying them this and paying them that and paying them this and paying them that. Who paying that bill, Miss Thing? Who paying it? Because all you see, we go get some from here and some from there. And I never hear the banker here and there, you know. I never hear that bank. And me, I know nobody who last name is here and there. Who paying for that? And you feel we stupid enough to believe taxes are going to increase? You feel with that dotish? And now you're bringing in all them wealthy Americans and things under the diaspora bill to come and buy and invest in Trinidad and get tax breaks to boot. Because you have to give them an incentive to come. Why you don't give Trinidadians an incentive to build? Why you don't give Trinidadians the opportunity in the country? Why you don't make it easier for them to get loan to build businesses and things? Why you don't do that? And you want to talk about we help in agriculture, madam, you would do one blasted thing for agriculture. Not one thing all you're doing. All you're talking, but no action happening. We talk about oil, but then with the same breath you start talking about green technology, solar, hydrogen, and all this kind of blasting thing. Madam, we have oil, what we need that for? Green technology. So you want to change your blasted tune. You talking about climate change. Oh, no, that is, we don't believe in that, and we don't think, and we're going to do this. Nah, madam, you still using it, and every country that using that climate change bullshit, they're using it for one reason only, and only one reason: to thief and launder money. So all that green technology, all you had there that you're going and invest in, that is how you're going and thief money. Missing. Here's the problem with green technology: the storage of electricity. That is the problem. The sun don't shine every blasted day, you know. What you gonna do? You have to store it. Solar work good on a small scale, but on large scale it doesn't work. They try it, everybody try it. Nobody can make it work but you, madam. You's a genius, you go make that work. We go make it work now. And hydrogen, we go make that work. You know why they don't use hydrogen, madam? Because it's too volatile. That is why they don't use it. That is why you ain't go see no hydrogen car. Because you get one accident so and they rupture the tank, the whole car go blow up. That is why it's too volatile. And in order to use hydrogen, you need to create a whole new system, man, all new infrastructure, and everything have to be adapted and changed just to use hydrogen. So you are doing one ass with that. That is donkey years away. That is coming anytime soon. So what you going to do meanwhile? What you going to do with the electricity problem in Trinidad? And you had Tanku there boasting, we clean up the ravine and we clean up this and we remove garbage that was blocking the flow of water. And you boasting about that? Partner, that is your kiss me ass job. That is your job. That is what we put you there for. That is what we pay in taxes for. And you want to boast about that? That is what you boasting about. Promise made, promise kept. Let me cuss you this morning. Let me give you one cuss this morning. All I hear was a bunch of blasted gobar yesterday. All them talk. They open their mouth. Blah, 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 gobar. But what them might tell earlier while that was going on, here is the real thing. Two major things happened yesterday. A few. Medvedev, which is Putin's second in command, officially come out and threaten Donald Trump yesterday. That don't seem like much, eh? But partner, is a real big deal. Considering Russia right on all your doorstep there. So right on we doorstep, Russia right there. And America in we country. And all you know it yet. But America controlling the country. That is why them talking about real estate investment. And real estate investment for Trinidadians that all you can't afford. You can't pay that, partner. You don't have that money. That is investment for all them rich people and them who all of them have friends here. And them people come in the country under diaspora. And wealthy American investors, that is for them, but they package it up to make it appeal to you. You are seeing a dollar at all. Now, all you have America there. And they threaten Donald Trump because Mr. Trump now shipping Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, and that could be used as a nuclear platform. And Russia say that is it. Now they tell Donald Trump, they warn him and say, watch out. They threaten North Korea just released a new intercontinental ballistic missile that is a mobile unit. and can be nuclear as well. And I tell all you about assaulted nuclear weapon and thing. I mentioned that. Which means they could put it in any country and let it go. That happened yesterday. China cutting off all rare earth metal and all kind of thing to United States. All they cutting them off one time. Them can't build none of the weapons and thing without that. None. No, Russia and China coming together to deal with America now. Russia and China. America, look, America in my country right now. Right now. And who else they saw? China. China have an embassy in Trinidad and Tobago. But me and him, Miss Kamala, see one ass about that. And Miss Kamala, you talking about budget and this and the prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to build back Trinidad and Tobago in less than 3 years. We're going to build it back stronger. You are doing one ass missing because there ain't going to be no Trinidad and Tobago in 3 years. And you damn well know that. As of February next year, there will be no Trinidad and Tobago. So what kind of story again we? What kind of story? You even know if there could be a Trinidad and Tobago next week, madam. You can't even say that. It's only Russia going after America now. Now it's China too missing. And you want to boost about 3,000 barrel increase? And you want to pound your chest and thing for doing your kiss me ass job? What we paying you for then? What we paying all you for? Because all I hear from that budget was a bunch of bullshit. That had nothing to do with nothing. That's just bullshit and all kind of talk. Nothing in that budget of substance. Nothing. Nothing substantial in that budget. Not a damn thing. Other than investment opportunities for the wealthy. And control for the less fortunate. That is all I hear. Nothing substantial. And you still mention about all the American boots on the ground and all the military equipment that they ship in Trinidad and the planes and things that was flying over Point 14. You have mentioned nothing. Nothing. Your mouth quiet about Venezuela. But you see, the only way this going through is if United States controls the oil in Venezuela. Just as I said. So you have no deal yet. You have nothing. And that bill was a whole bunch of gobar. It had nothing in it. Nothing. That's a blasted thing. It's a nice story all you give here. And if anybody believe that, good partner, you blind no ass. You're blind and you're deaf because you listen. You had to decipher through everything they tell all you. You had to decipher. And what them see is simple. They're going to implement a new digital ID so they could track all of you. And they could keep you under control. You see what, if you go online and see something they might like what you're saying, they could shut off your bank account and everything one time. Immediately you shut down your bank account. They cut off your passport. You can't travel, you can't do nothing. You ain't going nowhere. And then they could track you every minute of the day. They know everywhere you is. You ever see them people, them farmers and them, the farmer ranch and thing when they have plenty cattle? You ever see them? All of them was either brand the cattle and thing, or they put a tag on it. Why? So they could track it. So they know who cow belong to who. You send the cows and them out there, all them mixing, you could say, nah, hey, that's my cow. That's my cow right there. I can see the tag, I can see the brand on it. That's my cow. That's what them just do to all you. Exact same thing. Control all you. When all you open your mouth, that is how they go get you. Because now is a new digital banking system. Digital. No more lineup, no more waiting, no more this. No more control. That is the key. No more power for you. Now she control it. Now they control it. Now they have every opportunity to manipulate it as they see fit. And you can't do one ass about it. And then they're going to give all their rich friends access to all the real estate in Trinidad and tell all you have the opportunity to invest. But Mr. Man and Miss Thing in Trinidad, all you can't afford that at all. So you again, no investment. That investment there for you. It's there for you. So them going and thief real money now. If you feel they thief last time, they thief it more. What them doing is laying the groundwork and setting up the foundation for when America come in and take over Trinidad and Tobago. Because the exact same thing them doing in America and Canada and England and here and Australia and all these places is the exact same thing they're going to do there. Wait and see what happens February next year. Wait and see. You go see. But anyway, that was my 2 cents, yes. I hope I unpacked that good for you. But when I tell all you they're thieving, they're thieving. And this whole thing them give all you 90% of that was nonsense. It was bullshit. All you should really be paying attention to investments and digitalization. That is what you need to be paying attention to. Don't focus on that gas bullshit. That is bullshit. They go give all you something and say, hey, look what we doing this for you. And all you get 2 cents and all you get 2 cents and you're happy you shut up one time. Do fall for that. That is tactic. That is political tactic. Every one of them does use the same thing. Do fall for that. All you feel they gain, all you something partner is all you paying them. Them owe all you everything. Everything. Them there for all you, they working for all you. And if they give you, if they give you a piece of roti, you go sit down and say, hey, thanks for the roti, I appreciate that. Nah, that is my food you're cooking. That is my pot. That is my stove. That is my fowl on the flipping blasted stove there. So, and you gonna give me a piece? Think it's political tactic and game they playing. You have to see through that. Look at the bottom line. Where is the money going? Where it flowing and who benefit? And it's not all there. That is for damn sure. From that budget I hear, the average Trinidadian is not going to benefit. US seeing that change in the grocery store, and US seeing that change anyway. At all. Not one change. And that trillion barrel of oil they find there, US seeing a blasted dime out of that, because 96 or 97% going straight to America, not Trinidad. And that 3.7%, all you're getting out of that, all you have to pay taxes to Exxon Mobil on top of that. And when America come in and take Venezuela, them go control the oil there too. Just like they controlling the oil in Guyana. And that is why they want to open the Dragon pipeline. Because they go control that too. Not Trinidad and Tobago. And that is why them grant license. Because I'm expecting to go in there, take over the country fast, and run the oil. Because cocaine is the problem. Cocaine, yeah. That is the real profit, man. That is the profit. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, man. Maduro making all the money from cocaine. Nah, it's not the oil he controlling in the country. It's not all the resources the man controlling in the country. It's cocaine. It's cocaine licking up American and Canadian all over the blasted place. It's the cocaine. It's the fentanyl that bringing in by the Chinese. All the precursors for that. Leaving Canada and going from Canada to Mexico. Or they manufacturing right in Canada, so. Because the government said, because those are legal chemicals, you can't tax that. So they bring it in there legally, and then they make fentanyl and ship it across. It's not that pennies on the dollar. It's not the crystal meth thing that the Mexicans trafficking in metric tons that dot cheap to make, that licking up everybody. Nah, it's not that. It's the cocaine and the weed, man. It's the cocaine and the weed, especially the weed. Good is the weed. But you call them a narco-terrorist. Because as long as America use the word terrorist, it gives them every opportunity to go in and do what they want. But Hamas just kill a whole bunch of their own people. The same day Mr. Donald Trump was signing that Kiss Me Ass Peace deal. What they call dissidents. They put them in the street and line them up and shoot them in the head in front of everybody, and everybody cheering and jumping and singing and all kind of thing. Peace. Peace deal. When all you see all this thing going on, there's one thing all you have to remember. Daniel 9:27. And that is how I could tell all you what going to happen. That's simple. That is how I know. So, that's a bit of a long one here. But God bless all you. Like I always say, I love all my Trinbagonian brother and sister. I love all my brother and sister in the Caribbean. All you. Don't let them categorize all you. Don't let them tag all you and put all you in a box or put all you in different pen. Because once they do that, partner, the next thing is the slaughterhouse. Don't let them do that. Don't fight your brother and sister. Or you want to fight for something, fight for the love of your country. Fight for your brother and sister. But don't fight each other. Don't fight each other. And don't listen to them government. Do not listen. PNM, UNC, I don't care who they are. Don't listen. It's one big lie. Because every country in Europe, the Americas, went through the exact same thing and the exact same government at the exact same time. And now everybody looking at Mr. Trump to be the savior. And nobody in the world that smart to set that up so where every country do the same thing with the same government and the same laws and the same bullshit at the exact same time. And they want to blame Joe Biden. They put him there. This is a setup. It's a hustle. This was set up from the beginning. And if you think otherwise, partner, I can't help you. You go feel it, not me. Think about it. Think about it. I go talk about that one tomorrow. I go talk about that tomorrow and tell all you how everything fit, all the pieces. I will tell you tomorrow. So like I say, fight for your brother and sister. Love your brother and sister. And there's a message for the whole Caribbean. Together we aspire. Together we achieve. Together. Because once they divide we, all of we fall. All of we. And they know that. So God bless all you. God keep all you. God guide all you. And God bless Trinidad and Tobago. God bless Trinidad and Tobago. Take it easy, Chad.